For years, Global Business Services, or GBS, has kind of been the unsung hero of big companies, right? The machine in the background just making sure everything runs smoothly. Well, that machine is about to get a massive upgrade. We're going to dive into how GBS is shifting from the back office straight into the driver's seat of growth.
So let's just start with this question. I mean, think about it. It sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? The part of the business that was built to save money could actually be the secret weapon to make money. This single idea is at the heart of a revolution that's happening in GBS right now. But to really get it, we've got to be on the same page about what GBS even is.
Okay, so GBS is basically the central command center for all of a company's internal stuff. We're talking finance, HR, IT, you name it. For decades, the mission was simple, crystal clear. Do it better, do it faster, and please do it cheaper. And that one mission shaped its entire journey.
Now, this whole evolution, it didn't just happen overnight. You could actually picture the journey of GBS as climbing this big curve of maturity. Some people call it the first S-curve. It wasn't one giant leap. It was a bunch of smart, logical steps, with each one building on the one that came before it.
And if you look at how it all progressed, it tells one consistent story, this relentless chase for productivity. You know, we started small, just a single function in one region. Then we started bundling functions together. Then we took it global, standardizing everything. And finally, we brought in digital tools, like automation, to squeeze every last drop of efficiency out of the process.
And hey, let's be totally clear. This model was a huge success. It did exactly what it said on the tin, saved a ton of money, and made operations way smoother. It became the go-to playbook for pretty much every major global company out there. But, you know, every playbook eventually runs its course.
So after years and years of climbing that first S-curve, GPS just hit a wall. The well of easy productivity gains started to run dry. The improvements got smaller and smaller until it was painfully obvious that the old way just wasn't going to cut it anymore. The very model that made GPS so successful was now the thing holding it back.
And this is where the tension really builds. Check this out. A whopping 81% of organizations now see their GBS as strategically important for growth. The ambition is there, right? The C-suite is looking at GBS and seeing potential, seeing something more than just a cost center. But there's a big difference between ambition and reality.
And this chart, man, it just lays the conflict bare. While 81% of leaders are dreaming about growth, look at this, almost the exact same number, 79% of GBS activities are still laser-focused on one thing, saving money. There is this massive disconnect between what the business wants GBS to become and what GBS is actually doing every single day.
Oof. This quote just perfectly nails the perception problem. Your mess for less. GBS got this reputation as the place you send all your messy, inefficient work just to get it done on the cheap. Now that's a powerful brand if you're trying to cut costs, but it is a terrible, terrible brand if you're trying to innovate and drive growth. The first wave had officially peaked.
So to break through that wall, GBS can't just try to climb a little higher. No, it needs to make a leap to a whole new S-curve. And that leap is powered by a completely new operating model. This isn't about doing the old things a little bit better. It's about inventing a whole new way of doing things.
And here it is, the blueprint for that leap. It's called a flywheel, where every single part powers the next. It starts with this really radical idea. Stop focusing on your internal process and start obsessing over the customer experience. And by customer, we mean your fellow employees. When you give them great experiences, they want more, which lets you scale out. Scaling out gives you more data, which you then use to get even better. And that amazing performance, that's how you build a new brand as a true engine of transformation.
I mean, at its heart, this is a huge philosophical change. It's no longer about how efficiently you can process an invoice. It's about creating a seamless, amazing experience for the person who needs that invoice paid so they can get their job done. That's where the next wave of value is hiding. But how do you actually power this thing?
For this flywheel to really spin, it needs a seriously powerful engine. And that engine is artificial intelligence. AI is the catalyst. It's the tech that makes this new customer-first model not just a cool idea, but something incredibly powerful. It's the rocket fuel.
Now, it is really, really important to get this. AI is not just a fancier version of the automation we've been using for years. Old-school tech like RPA is rules-based. Think of it like a robot on an assembly line. It's great at following a very strict script over and over. AI, on the other hand, is reason-based. It can actually interpret data, understand context, and learn. It can handle the messy, complex stuff that would completely break a simple bot.
And that difference unlocks a whole new universe of possibilities. So in finance, AI can go way beyond just processing invoices to actually finding ways to unlock working capital. In HR, it moves from just shuffling employee records to intelligently streamlining the entire hiring and talent pipeline. AI takes these functions from just transactional to truly strategic.
And listen, this part is vital. This is not about replacing people, it's about augmenting them. It's about letting the AI do the heavy lifting with the data so that the human experts can focus on strategy, on creativity, on creating a level of service that was literally impossible before.
So the vision is clear, the tech is here, but how do you actually pull it off? This isn't just a cool theory, you know? There's a real blueprint for building this new AI-powered GPS.
Building this future is all about laying the right foundation. It has to start with giving the GBS organization the freedom to act, to set its own strategy. Without that, nothing else works. Then you build the culture, get everyone excited about tech and change, and you bring in a special team of experts to lead the charge. But the most critical piece of all? The data. You have to harmonize your data, because AI is completely useless without clean, high-quality fuel. And finally, you have to change how you measure success, with new KPIs that actually prove the incredible value you're creating.
So there you have it. We've seen the whole journey, from a cost-saving machine that hit a dead end to a new model built around people and experience, all of it supercharged by AI. The tools are here, the roadmap is clear. The chance to turn the biggest cost center into a company's greatest growth engine is very, very real. So the only question left is, who's going to be brave enough to actually build it?